Secret Wars again. Looking for that next candidate, that A plus stock, amba on Nasdaq, AMBA. I'm not quite sure what the underlining is. Let me check that out. Amba is Ambarella Inc. All right, don't know what they do, but you can see that it had a beautiful stage 2 in 2014. Let's go see how we would have dealt with that. Right here, you had this nice base above 30 moving average, support below, and you had very nice build-up volume, and this more than twice the average volume for the four to five previous weeks. And then after that, off you go. You had to pull back on a lesser volume and picked up steam on high volume. Just all around the A plus stock right there. A plus setup. Traders, investors, sell stop would have moved up below these pullbacks. You could always look at the RSI for a V shape to help you identify the pullbacks. And if you can't see them visually, there they are. So right away, you see this is very nice. And always breaking out in high volume when it goes up, these large green candles. And after that, pull back on small volume. That's why I look out now. To remove fear or emotional landmines, which are you could land on because you're in a fear mode, or in a panic mode. Fear is generated because you don't have a plan. So usually there's pullbacks, there's zigzags, and just regular price movement. And these are weekly candles, so it's not monthly, but it's still a lot of time. So if it's pulling back, you have to really understand that pullbacks are normal and they do happen, but you just want to make sure that the pullbacks are happening on your terms, and that is with decreased volume on the pullback right there. And it should recomfort you if the less volume on the pullbacks and strong volume on those candles when it goes in the direction you want. Every time you see that, you know it's behaving like a nice A plus stock and you're good to go. And that should help you not worry too much about those emotional landmines on the pullbacks when the price draws back and you're looking at your NAV and you're worrying what's happening. Is it going to go through the 3-week moving average and you panic? The more you know, the more you learn, the more you observe, the more you remove the unknown. And if you remove the unknown, then you have less fear, less panic, less emotional landmines. So you have to keep practicing that. If ever you meet anybody in life and somebody who's like on the defensive, it's not against you. It's probably against themselves because they're in an unknown situation and they're just being protective of the conversation they're in or whatever situation. They just haven't. They're not confident because they don't know. If you meet people in life and they're talking about what they love, they're usually confident because they've practiced and they know the ins and outs, and it goes hand in hand, right? So keep practicing. Accept and try to really observe and realize when you're in your fear mode, when you're defensive, when you talk to somebody. And that should be a clue for you to research and work on that, on the symptoms, not the symptoms, but on the root cause of that fear. And trust me, once you go down, you read the books that you need to read on the subject, on Wikipedia or on charts, that fear is going to go away, and you'll be more confident, and you won't land on emotional landmines. All right, I digress. Here you see a nice little V, pull back. We'll move your sell stop for traders under that 30 under the pullback low, and if you can below a round number. So here 69, nice. Here 49, nice. This one maybe 45 if you can, 44, 95, etc. Just in case there's a pullback let all those sell stops of those round numbers get hit. And investors are good. 1, 2, 3. Am I starting to have an aggressive trend line? 1, 2. Not yet. Not yet. And now the price is going even higher. Maybe here. 1, 2. Let's just wait and see. Look at that. Every time it really jots out, high volume. What some people say, money chases money. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. No valid trend line right there. Not yet. Oh, okay. I'm not going to draw a valid trend line if it's below 30-week moving average, because investor and traders are going to bail out, and so will investors, especially if it's late during the stage 2. How do you know it's late? Well, the 30-week moving average starts flattening out, and that's a very good sign that you're starting to enter stage 3 or a consolidation period. But either case, you want to be out, move your risk elsewhere, and just that's it. Just move your risk elsewhere and let time pass. If ever there's another breakout, here you see sometimes you could have had continuation moves when the price action starts getting close to 30 moving average. Breakout candle right here on high volume, and you could have just added on right here. High volume, high being twice the average of the previous 4 to 5 weeks. So you see there's a few occasions here you could have added on. Pullback, traders, investors, and right here. So traders, you would have been triggered out right here. Investors, you would have been triggered out here for the full position. And traders, the same thing here. You would have taken the remainder half of the table right there. So that was a pretty nice stage 2. Move your sell stops a few times along the way, and it lasted. It would have been the trade. What's this candle? August 24th, 2015, and you would have started September 2nd, 2014. So 1 year. Not bad. All right, down to stage 3, 4, stage 1 right here. Look at these candles. It's like some could say not a lot of volume, but you have to compare it to the previous 4 to 5 weeks. And these candles are at least twice the size of that. So right here was the base of, and the breakout just above the 3-week moving average. Pretty nice. Stage 2. Look at this cloud. That's resistance, man. The Ichimoku clouds, honestly, the more I'm practicing them, the more I give them value. If there wouldn't have been this cloud here, you could have said this is an A+ setup, because it had all the elements. RSI going up over the midway point, over 50. You had the breakout line. Everything was A1. We just ran into some congestion here, approaching the outmost resistance, but it's all right. If you had a chance to do the valid trend line, 1, 2, 3, you would have took out your profits here as a traders, and as investors, you would have taken half your position here, and the remainder half wherever would have moved our sell stops. So probably 1, 2, 3. Maybe below this point, a little lower. So when the price action came back down, well, it's actually the 30-week moving average. Traders, investors would have bailed out here. Still good. You entered right here at this candle. or even this one. If you drew, there you go. This candle here, so you would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 13 weeks in. Let's just try it. That's actually a pretty good risk to reward right there. There you go. Investors sell stop here, traders here. Sell stop entry for traders and investors. And traders sell stop 4 to 6% below the breakout line. If you want to make it safe, at least below the candle, the close of the candle, and below round number. Those are considerations for your sell stops to make sure they don't get triggered out, or to add probabilities of them not getting triggered out. And let's see the reward. Here's about half of your position, and the other half is right here. So not that bad. That's a 1 risk, and you probably had a 2 reward, 1 to 2 risk reward. Investors less, probably 1 to 1. But with stand system, you always have a high probability of being in the green, since you're moving your sell stops under the good spots. Lots of victories. You don't always get these big rewards, but still good. We could have had a choice back here and not enter, and it all depends on your patience level. Here you see that there's a cloud, so you could have said, look, I'm not going through the cloud. I know the stage 2 might stop a little higher on. It's possible. You could have had that reasoning. Expecting and planning is the best for not having rattling and emotional landmines. Think about solutions, imagining scenarios, the bullish, the bearish, the upwards, the downwards. So when it do happen, your brain's already in the mindset, okay, I was expecting this would happen. Your heart's not gonna race. You're not gonna lose sleep over it. It's a great feeling, and you could build on that, and that's how you could become more like a robot. All right, Amba, what's happening? Look at that. Wow, nice stage. Well, stage 4, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So now this is a great stage 3. Will it become a stage 4 or a stage 2 continuation? And that's why I'm going to set my alerts to amba. And that's why this candidate is pretty good, because right now you see we've evaporated over time. All the cloud, all the resistance is right here, like where we are. So this is, it could go either way. And when it's going to break out, I believe this is going to be a nice stage 2, a nice stage 4. Keep an eye out for that breakout below, above 60, 64, 65, and a breakdown below 42. That's the 2. You could be maybe more aggressive eventually. We might have a tighter pattern here, tighter range, giving a breakout here at these levels. Stan always says it's A+. They've already moved 40 to 50% beforehand. So I wouldn't mind seeing this explode either direction towards the breakout or breakdown line, and playing that bigger breakout move on the way. Just add the chances on your side. There's no rush. There's no. You're probably already in 5 to 6 other trades simultaneously. Just keep an eye out for all these charts. Put your alerts, and as time moves on, the ones that don't give A+ setups, you just forget about them. And it's all about trying to down select the best candidates to give you the best chances of preserving your NAV. All right, Amba. So I like you. Tight range. Could explode either direction. Could even put some extra alerts. They're free. Put alerts everywhere. Get triggered. Get back to your chart. Look at it, how it's morphed. And it's always good to to come back and redraw your lines. That's it, guys. All right. See you next time. Ciao.